Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be going over the unique item known as Ancient's Oath. Ancient Oath has seen a little bit of changes in patch 1.20, and I don't think I ever made an original version of this one, so I guess this will just be the first one. Ancient's Oath is an unique two-handed axe that does drop from World Tier 4. I believe you could also get it in World Tier 3. This one in particular, I believe, is on the drop table for Beast in the Ice. Yes. Beast in the Ice and Grigore both have a pretty good chance of dropping this one. So if you want to farm those monsters, you can probably get your hands on this. Now, Ancient's Oath has some pretty nice buffs. Because it is an axe, two-handed axe, it does have the health damage to healthy enemies of 56%. It also has 34% damage to, or vulnerable damage bonus, which does vary from 25 to 39%. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and upgrade this. I like to do this for the videos. So we'll upgrade this to its maximum potential so we can see the more high-tier numbers before we start reading everything off. Alright. There we go. So now we're at 84% damage to healthy enemies, 51% damage vulnerable damage, 37.5 to 58.5% there, 67.5% close damage to close enemies, and of course it also varies from 49.5 to 70.5%. We get 21% damage while berserking, which varies from 21 to 42. Got a bottom roll there. And plus 6 ranks to Steel Grasp. Now, this does vary from 6 to 9 at maximum, but as you can see, I got a very low roll on the number to Steel Grasp there. Now, Steel Grasp itself, I believe, doesn't really get a whole lot of changes when you add skills. Let's go ahead and put it on real quick and take a look. So the damage goes up a little bit. Looks like the cooldown goes down a little bit. Yeah, cooldown goes down, damage goes up a little bit. Mainly just, I would say mainly just for the cooldown is what you're looking at, so you can spam it even more, which is definitely interesting. The main meat and potatoes of this, though, is that when you utilize this, Steel Grasp launches 2 additional chains, and enemies hit by Steel Grasp take 46 times increased damage, which does vary from 30 to 50%. Now, this only lasts for 3 seconds, and I'm a little bit kind of peeved at the 3 seconds, because 3 seconds is really not a lot of time. It's very important to note that when it comes to something like that, you're really looking at just the tiniest little bonus for a tiny fraction of time. And the problem with this becomes, well, you really don't get a lot out of it. Let me see if I could show you. So let's go find a group of monsters real quick, and let's pull them in with Steel Grasp. First off, let's show what it looks like before you add the item. So this is Steel Grasp before you add the item. So as you can see, it's 3, and it comes out pretty fast. This is what it looks like when you get the item. So if you add in Ancient's Oath, as you can see, you get 5 chains that come out. So it's a much larger area of pull-in, which is definitely very nice. As you can see here, if I come out here and let's find a larger pack of monsters. Here we go. We got a pretty large one right here. So let's pull all these guys in, and then we're going to kick them. Not ready yet. Right? So 3 seconds is really short. However, you may have some abilities where you can just like donk monsters down. And in that case, you want to pull them in, and you're going to instantly donk them. And you're going to get a pretty nice multiplier for using Ancient's Oath. I mean, it's not bad. It's just a very short duration. The additional chains do actually help out tremendously, though, to pull in larger groups of monsters so you don't have as many stragglers. And that's one of the things I've noticed is that, like, it's really just a matter of either pulling in everything or only pulling in some stuff. If you are a character that is utilizing an instantaneous damage bump skill, like, for instance, in my case, I have built several characters that have been built around, say, this one right here, which is Power Kick, which is where you get like a huge amount of damage for spending all of your fury at the same time. So what you would do is you would pull them all in with this, gain this really nice 50 times damage multiplier, and then kick them. immediately. Just kick the whole entire group, making them explode. There's also an aspect that allows you to get a huge amount of explosion damage, which is this one right here. So enemies damaged by kick or charge will explode if they are killed within the next 2 seconds, dishing out basically around like 10,000 damage, and it's 20,000 if you put it on a two-hander. So you could potentially use Ancient's Oath very well with like the brawlers aspect and the kick ability. There's a couple obviously different ways that you could utilize this item. That's just one right off the top of my head. The flavor text on this is, when weapons wielded by the fiercest warriors often catch the eye of the ancient spirits. If the wielder is worthy, the spirits may bless the steel with their strength. Gertie, Oxen Tribe Forge Master. Now, because Steel Grasp is one of your major pull-ins on the Barbarian, it is definitely useful. The main issue on the Barbarian, and it kind of revolves around a lot of these two-handed unique items, is that you're giving up a two-handed aspect. And two-handed aspects, of course, are double power, and you get 2 of those, so you can have 2 two-handed aspects. And the question is do you want to give up a two-handed aspect for Ancient's Oath? If you do, well, I mean, great. If you don't, well, then that's an issue. The stats on this are actually pretty good, though. I think all in all, it's a very well-crafted, unique item. Is it worth using over another, like, legendary two-handed aspect? That's the question. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when we're just talking about a big honking two-handed axe. And as always, keep watching.